Hey everyone, it's JP here with Meats Fab Customs here again. As you can see, we got the old Wagoon. It's jacked up. She's up in the air. If you watched my last video where I got this thing out and took it for a little drive, well, she started making noise. And I think what's happened here is last year, but last August or so, I drove this thing about 7,000 miles across Canada, and it started. It had lifter noise in Saskatchewan, so we got the lifter freed up. We put a push rod in that was out of a big block Chevy and made an adjustable. It made it adjustable, which they aren't adjustable on a Pontiac, to get me to Ontario and back. Well, it made it to Ontario and back. Drove it the rest of the summer, drove it a lot of the winter. Well, she's making noise again, and I think the noise, I'm hoping the noise is lifter noise. And I actually finally have to change that lifter and change these push rods and get some more time out of it. The car's got it's only got about 72,000 miles on it right now. So this is what I'm hoping the issue is. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do an oil pressure check and see if this thing's got oil pressure. And see how much oil pressure before I start spending money on lifters and everything. The end result of what I'm eventually doing once I get some time here, as we can see, I've got a couple projects going on in there where I don't really have time to do it right now, but sort of the end project is going to be putting an LS in it, and taking that great big thing out. The old 455 Pontiac. So it's it's nice having that engine. It's cool having that engine. The problem is to enjoy the car anymore. This engine came out, it was only 25 cents a liter for fuel. Well, now heck, it's $1.30, $1.40, whatever the government wants to set it at. So to enjoy this car, it's a pig on fuel. You're getting very few miles out of it, and you're paying a lot of money to fill it. I know my trip across the country last year, I sort of roughly stopped keeping track there about Saskatchewan, which is only one province over, which for you Americans, that's only one state over. But after I started figuring out, that's probably $3,000 and that I spent in fuel, which is out freaking outrageous. So I'm just hoping to get some more time out of it. So I'm hoping it's just a lifter. Lifters are cheap for this thing. Push rods are cheap. But before I start getting into, spending a bunch of money, first things, let's see if this thing's got oil pressure in it, and go from there. Because if she's got no oil pressure, she's down. But the thing that's got me, why I think it's lifter noise, is because bottom end noise, it'll stay. It doesn't come and go. This is coming and going. So that's what I'm hoping. So fingers crossed we got oil pressure, then we'll start going from there. So I'm just gonna crawl underneath this little hot rod here, and the oil pressure sending unit's pretty easy to get at. So you can see under here, I've sort of already got, we got an oil pressure gauge. Right there's your sending unit. Right there. So it's not that bad to get at. So just these have the old idiot light on them, so I'll just pull that out, run a mechanical gauge in there, and let's see what we got going before I get too married to this project, because we might be doing an LS conversion more sooner than later. I'm hoping not, but we might be. So here we go. We'll get that out, and we'll see what we got going on. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Okay, so I got the gauge all hooked up here. Battery, as you can see, I forgot, I pulled it out. So hopefully it's charged. I didn't even check it. It was sitting underneath the Model A over there. So let's go through this together. Let's start this together. because if I don't have oil pressure, I'm gonna need some emotional support after this, and because I really don't feel like changing an engine. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see if this old girl fires up, and then we'll see what we got for oil pressure. Then we shall go from there. So fingers crossed. Hopefully this goes good. Hopefully as good as can be expected. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Let's see. Oh. We got all kinds of oil pressure. So that makes me happy. So like I said, the noise isn't all that bad right now. You can hear it. Oh, it really starts. So it's that lifter right there. Is the bad lifter. The intake lifter right there is what it is. When this thing really starts going, it really starts going. So, and when it does it sounds like it's bottom end. But like I said, bottom end ain't gonna come and go. And so it's you know, I think it's time to pull the valve cover and see what we got going on there with lifters. Because I know the lifter I did, it was really stuck. I took it apart and cleaned it because I couldn't get a lifter where I was, and cleaned it and got it to move and everything. Like it stuck out, it hung up so bad that it bent the push rod out in the middle of nowhere, but I couldn't get another lifter for it. So I cleaned it up and everything, but I think it's finally, after all the K or all the miles or whatever, it's finally, I think she finally stuck. And actually I think it's sticking and unsticking, because right now we're not too bad. And right now she's quiet, but for how long? And so I might as well. The garage, the outdoor garage is open, and you see the sunshine's beautiful out there. So I lose sunshine on this side now because of that thing there going in. But I think it's for the $300. Let's change the lifters out on this thing and just be done with it. So that should quiet it up. But yeah, right now, like I said, it's not. She ain't loud right now. There it is. That's it there, but it gets really loud. And that after it warms up for a bit. So that's why I think it's lifter noise, because it comes and goes. But I got a dog in there that's barking right now because he hears a little hot rod running. So I better get this thing running for summer. So let's, I think I start pulling this thing all apart and see what we got going on. There it comes. Yeah. So like I said, it comes and goes. So that's why I'm thinking lifter noise. And so I get this all ripped apart and start ripping it apart, and then we'll go from there. So here we go. Let's see. Let's start getting this top end pulled out. So this little guy here, he's upset. He's not happy right now. This is he's not happy. He's hearing his little hot rod running, and we can't go for a ride. So he's yeah. This is his car. This one here is his favorite. He lays out on the front seat of it. So right now he's not very happy about what's going on. So I better get fixed up for him. So just checking everything out. Just checking everything out, Tonk. Hey, bud. Hey, you still here? You gonna be helpful? You're always so helpful. Yeah. So, so he's the boss man. So I better get him going. cover has been popped off here. Nothing is glaring that we got big problems here. So let me just get, if you look here, if you look at that one right there, see how that one's got a stover nut? This one doesn't. This one doesn't. So this one here is the one that hung up when I was driving this thing across the country. So what we ended up doing, because the push rods on these are non-adjustable. These, tighten them down, you're rolling down the highway. Great setup. So you're in the middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan, and you can't get a push rod for this thing. So what we found is a big block Chev one on, I'm trying to remember whether it's exhaust or intake side. I can't remember now, it's been so long. We're close, but we're a bit long. So what we ended up doing was we got a stover nut. We put Loctite on it, brought it down, and adjusted that up like a Chevy one. So what I'm thinking here has happened is this lifter in that hole right there, when all this happened, I had to pull it apart and it was seized. And I had to hammer it apart and, you know, all that good stuff, and emery cloth it and got everything moving free. I'm thinking it hung up again, is what I'm thinking. And now that it's got the thicker push rod, because if you look, I don't know if you can see, it's hard to see, but if you look there, these are bigger in diameter than these ones. So what happened, and that thing's been marked. Oh yeah, it has been. I can feel it. And that, but if you look, that push rod there is a lot bigger in diameter than this one, because what happened last time this happened, it bent the push rod. It hasn't bent the push rod this time, and I think it's because these are so big that I can't bend them. So hopefully I haven't taken a cam or anything out. I don't think I have. But yeah, that's this is a clean motor. It's a really clean motor. So it's just a matter of lifters and push rods for this thing. Heck, they're under 300 bucks. So I might as well do it right this time. I wasn't looking forward to doing that side because by the looks of it, I got to pull all the AC off. But no, honestly, I don't know if the AC is going back on because it don't work in this car anyways. So, and like I said, eventually it's getting an LS. So I don't, we'll see. We'll see how ambitious I get. But that's where we're at right here, right now on this. So it's yeah, that's what we did when I was driving this car across the country to, and I'll be honest, this worked. Heck, it got me, it got 7,000 miles, 6,000 or 7,000 miles on it with that setup. So I knew this was coming. I was hoping it wasn't coming till I was ready to do an LS, but here we are. We all know how this goes. So yeah, just keep pulling this thing apart and make stuff happen. So yeah, we'll just carry on here. And my boss here, he's sneaking around. He's making sure that I'm fixing his car. He's not very happy about this. He's ready to go for a ride. I haven't broke it to him yet. It's gonna be a while. So he's not happy. That's anger in his face. But we'll be okay. I'll feed him snacks. He'll be fine. Hey everyone. So I've had a couple days here to think on this little Pontiac engine thing that we've taken on here, and I've done a little more checking on it, a little more research on it, and I thought it was a noisy lifter. Well, it could be, but I'm looking more into it. Things got blow by that I'm seeing now to the point of it actually it started oil soaking the air cleaner. So also it started using oil, and it started using a fair bit of oil. So I'm thinking it's had a ring collapse or something, and I'll be honest, I'm just not getting into it with the Pontiac motor. The thing's big, low horsepower. You know, where's it gonna end? And you know, rebuilding the Pontiac, how much is it gonna cost? I'm not a Pontiac guy. I want to travel with this thing. Pontiac motors aren't. You can't get parts for them anymore. It's tough, especially out in the middle of nowhere. So what do I have? Well, I have this nice little small block right there. Right there. Old Catalina, she was upset, she was jealous, but guess what she's getting? She's getting some gold. She's getting some gold. There. Don't pay attention to the pipes. I just put the pipes on there so I could run this engine. So I got this engine here. I got in a Model A deal. Didn't know much about it. Didn't like I said, it came in a deal. It was in a chassis and a body, and I knew nothing about it. And you know. Well, come to find out after doing a little research here, well, you look right there, this thing's got ARP studs. Well, that's interesting. Why would a small block that's just the scrap engine have ARP studs? Interesting. So, got into doing a little bit more. Pulled the casting number. It's Corvette 4-bolt main block. Interesting. Why? Well, while trying to find top dead center, because I'm going to fire this thing up, it's got dome pistons in it. So I contacted the gentleman that sold me this package and asked about it. Well, come to find out, this is a circle track engine. Or dirt track engine, actually. What division, I don't know. So it's going in the Pontiac now. So the Pontiac is going to go from 190 horse on a good day. By the time I was done with it, probably about 150 to a whole lot more horsepower. So old Catalina that was mad at me, and yeah, she isn't gonna be mad at me anymore. She's gonna be pretty happy now. So this motor, actually what I'm doing is getting a bunch of parts. You know, you look at that intake and it's cast iron intake. I happen to have it in the corner. I'm not getting into putting $1 million into this motor. I'm using a lot of parts I've had sitting around. I got a set of ram horns I'm gonna put on it, which, you know, it doesn't come in these year's motors, but I got them sitting around. That's gonna go on it. I want to get the summer out of this car, and I don't have time to put an LS in it right now. And I don't have an LS sitting around. If I had an LS sitting around, I'd probably do it. But I don't have the time, and like I said, I don't have an LS sitting around to do it right now. So this motor here is going to get dropped in. That's what we're going to do. So anyone looking for a 455 Pontiac core, I have one available. It's coming out soon. It's probably coming out here in the next day or two. The outdoor garage here in Alberta cooled down a little bit, so it's supposed to warm back up here on Friday, so we'll be, stay tuned for the next video here, and we'll be getting that motor in. We'll get this one here running. I've already had it roughly running. It sounds sexy. She is just a raunchy motor, and yeah, it's going to work in the old Pontiac. So that's where we're at right now with it. So, you know, it sucks. But I hate to say it, the biggest mistake I made with that Pontiac motor was changing the oil. And the thing never used oil or anything until I changed the oil on to go to Ontario, and then it started using oil. So I think the new oil cleaned it up and caused a ring or something to collapse in it. I don't know. You don't really know until you open it up. But stay tuned for the next video. There's a little TV, sit and wait. But if you like this video, be sure to share, follow, like, you know, all that good stuff. You know, and comment here. Like I said, if you're interested in a Pontiac engine, hit me up. You know, till the old garage outside warms up, and that's supposed to be in the next couple days. So watch for the next video. And everyone, get out there and do something cool. You know, the weather's getting nice, so get out there and do something cool. Have a wonderful day, and bye.